Now we will learn how to schedule conferences, which will be the majority of the work that we will be doing as the conference administrator. Click the Schedule button. The next screen will have a number of options. Please make sure that only Web Scheduled Standard is selected. If you select any of these other options or these boxes, they all incur a charge, and we don't want to pay for this. So just select the options that are listed here, Web Scheduled Standard, and nothing else. Click Next. The system will then ask, how many phone lines should we reserve for the participants? If you anticipate there are going to be, let's say, 4 people in your teleconference, it's always best to overestimate so you don't have to modify the conference later if another person joins. Next, it will ask for the date and time of the anticipated start of the conference. Select that. It's always based on our time zone, which is Eastern. And then it'll say how much time do you wish to reserve for the conference. Again, just like the number of people, it's always good to overestimate by a few minutes at least to make sure that if a conference call goes a little long, they will not be terminated too quickly. So for instance, if it's an hour and 20-minute teleconference, it's probably best to select 1 hour and 55 minutes to make sure that it won't run into the end of the conference reservation period. So you put number of participants, date and time of the start, and the amount of duration of the teleconference. Then select Next. It asks at this point, would you like us to send invitations to the participants via email? This is always a good idea because it allows them to see an email invitation that gives full conference information as well as the selected participants. Also gives them the opportunity to RSVP, reply positive or negative, and if they do reply to accept the conference invitation, they can automatically have the invitation added to their Outlook calendar. So this is always a good idea. Select Next. Then it'll ask for you to put a name and a title for the teleconference. Realizing that we may be scheduling a number of teleconferences, please try and make this a rather descriptive name so that when you are looking at this later on in and among all the other teleconferences, you can pick out the one that you are interested in. So make sure it's a descriptive name. I said Greater Maryland First Admin Assistant Monthly Teleconference. TC is short for teleconference. And if it's recurring or a one-time thing, it might not be a bad idea to put that down in the comments or agenda field. And I put please RSVP because I believe that is also sent to the individuals as part of their email, and it's just requesting a courtesy yes or no, I do plan to be part of the teleconference. Then select Next. Now it'll ask who will be participants in this. We have already preloaded most of the new community managers or leaders in this system, and it's a simple matter of selecting those people that you believe are going to be participating in the teleconference. If you find that everyone you're planning on inviting is not in our contacts, it's always okay to click New Contact and then add a new name, email address, and their time zone. When you do that and click Next, the name will be added to our contacts, but notice that the individual has not yet been invited to the conference. So make sure as you're doing this, if you're adding contacts, you add them and then select to add them into the conference. So right at this stage of the game, this conference is going to have the conference scheduler, which is me, and then these 3 attendees are anticipated to be there. Once you have put in all the people that you believe you're going to be using, select Next. And here's the make or break. It's going to say you have to confirm it or it will not be reserved. In other words, at this point, all we've done is put all the information in. No emails have gone out, no conference invitations, the conference has not been scheduled, etc. There's no reservations, but it does show that's web scheduled standard. Here's a place to double check that we're not being charged for it. Date, time, the estimated duration, estimated number of people who will be participating. The participant access code is the same code that's in our brochure. The organizer access code is unnecessary unless you're doing some sort of monitoring, management, muting of participants, etc. So this will be rarely used on most teleconferences. And then down at the bottom you will notice the number of the number of individuals that have been selected, their email addresses, and whether they are an organizer or a participant. Once you have all of this information and it has been verified, click Confirm this conference, and then it says, congratulations, the conference is confirmed. This information will be sent to all the meeting individuals, and they can select to accept, and then it will go straight into their Outlook.